pin myself. And then here's Alana. All right, folks. Anything I need to know about you that's new and exciting? Okay.
No.
So I'm on my internet because I don't trust the room internet. So we shouldn't have any problems. But if we do, let me know. Hi, Alana. All righty. We're going to do a really basic forest practice today. Like by basic, I mean, we're going to go back to the like real subtle. Let's just go back to feeling the intricacies of the practice. So I'm just going to wait for Alana to join audio and then I'll mute you. Oh, maybe not. I'm just going to message. Can you hear us, Alana? Just message her. All right. Well, that'll work out somehow, I'm sure. It always does, right? All right. So let's get started in seated. I like a block. Kneeling like so, but if you've got a better version, do that. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes and just bring your hands to the belly just below the navel center. And just when we begin, I want you to feel like when you breathe in, that you're breathing down into this part of the belly. And then when you breathe out, you draw the navel back towards the spine. So just a couple of breaths that way, just start to get acquainted with what you can feel in this place. So in every tradition, every lineage of yoga, there's a particular focus on this area of the body, whether it's through Chinese medicine or traditional hatha yoga, whatever it is, that lineage that you connect to. But we're interested in this area of the abdomen because this is where all of our power and strength originate from. And today's practice is really about moving from this part of the body, so from the inside out. This is also the place where we cultivate chi or life force or prana. And this is the energy that sustains us. So in an ideal world, we want to finish in Shavasana and we want to feel as though we've worked, but that we're filled up, not empty. And it's not so much that the poses change necessarily, but our intent while we're in the pose to cultivate this energy is really important. Take 3 more breaths into your belly, like you're stoking a fire. Every time you exhale, the navel contracts back. Starting to feel the stir of energy awakening in this place. And then open your eyes and come off your block. We'll start with a spinal twist. So the right leg is extended forward and the left, actually we'll start the left leg forward. So left leg forward, right knee is in. And then there's two ways you can do this, right? So as you inhale, the left arm comes up, you can hook it onto the knee, which I like. Because the idea is we want to squeeze the right side of the colon there, okay? And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take the elbow outside. So whatever version you're in, feel the sit bones plug down. And then inhale, reach the crown of the head skyward. And as you exhale, twist your navel to the right. Try and keep the head as still as possible. And again, a big breath in to lengthen, the spine grows tall. And then see again if you can squeeze the twist from the navel on the exhale. So you're starting to bring a little more awareness into the abdomen, the lower belly. And then come back through the center, take the right knee over. So you got right knee on top of straight left leg. Inhale the left arm straight up. Take the left arm to the left and exhale right arm over. Okay. So we're just starting to introduce a little bit of length through the right side rib cage, nothing major. But we want to feel that because we're working with ground earth energy, right? We want to draw the chi or life force up from the earth, up through the sit bones, into the pelvis, and then through the right side of the body. And then let the right side of the neck go. So there's no strain. The back teeth are relaxed. And then with your eyes closed, feel the breath move in through the right rib cage, like in between each rib bone. And use the right arm to come up. Take the hands behind, lift up through the chest. And then as you exhale, fold over the front leg. So it doesn't have to be like your personal best stretch or anything like that. But you start to feel the back of the left leg line lengthen. And then as you inhale, lift the chest up. The chin stays tucked a little and you're lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. And then as you exhale, fold a little, just a little. Let the back of the neck go. And just while you've got the abdomen contracted, so it's squashed into the thigh, move the breath through the back of the body. And then come all the way up on the breath in. Changing sides really easy. Take the right leg out, bring the left leg in. You can draw it in as much as you can towards the chest there. And then left hand behind, inhale, right arm up. All the arms and all the legs. And then you can either hook or if it's there, take it outside. Okay. Just have a quick look down at your right toes and check that your foot is tracking straight up. Yeah, and it actually feels like the inner thigh rotates inward slightly. Then everything hugs into the midline. And then from there, inhale, reach the crown of the head skyward. And as you exhale, you're twisting from the navel. So think about each twist that you do on the breath out. It's like you're just rinsing any stagnant energy that's in the way of pure chi flowing into that place. And then inhale back through the midline, take the left knee over the right. Take the right hand out to the right and inhale the left arm over. Yes, just try and get a sense that your sit bones plug down. So both sit bones are pressing into the earth. The left side of the neck is relaxed. And then the toes of both feet are just starting to actively spread. So you're not like overspreading, it's just enough to feel the foot bones awaken. And use the breath like water to rinse through the left side body. And then use the left arm and come all the way up, hand behind, lift the chest on the breath in, fold forward on the breath out. So prioritize the length in the spine. Keep the chin tucked so the back of the neck is long. Keep feeling the chest reach forward. And then while the belly is a little bit squashed there, get your breath through the back of the body. And then come all the way up on the breath in. Lay down for abs on the breath out. So we'll start with the knees bent and the feet flat. Fingers interlaced, supporting the base of the skull. And the elbows point upwards so that there's a wrapping through the upper back. So you want to keep that wrapping so that the neck doesn't need to work. And we'll work with the feet on the floor. So before we start, just take an inhale. As you exhale, press your lower back into the floor like you're imprinting. So notice how the lower belly contracts down at the same time. Okay. And then when you inhale, really arch the lower back. And again, when you exhale, press it really firmly into the floor. And do one more like that. So inhale, let the lower back lift up as much as possible. Exhale, press the lower back into the mat, pulling the navel down, particularly the area below the navel. And then somewhere in between there is a neutral place for you. So let it relax a little so you feel as though there's a little bit of space in the lower back and the floor, but not a massive arch. Okay, keep that. Inhale, lift the head and shoulders up. So you can get right onto your shoulder blade tips, but then stay there, hold the breath. Exhale, both elbows to the left knee. Don't let the left shoulder touch the floor. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Keep the head and shoulders lifted. Hold the breath. Keep the lower back neutral. Don't let the right shoulder touch the floor. As you exhale, both elbows reach up to your right knee. And you pull the belly in. Inhale back to the midline, head down, exhale there. Focus your mind's eye in your lower belly. So we go again. As you inhale, lift the head and shoulders up. Keep the shoulder blade tips lifted. Exhale, both elbows to the left knee. The left shoulder blade is not on the floor. Pull the belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Both head and shoulders lift right up onto the shoulder blade tips. Exhale, elbows to the right. Keep the right shoulder blade off the floor and pull the belly in. Inhale back to the midline, put the head down and exhale. So feel the little bit of awareness starting to grow in the lower belly, below the navel. Keep your mind's eye there. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Keep the lower belly engaged as you exhale, both elbows to the left knee. Make sure the left shoulder does not touch the floor and pull the belly in. Inhale back to center, make the head and shoulders still lifted, right up onto the tips. Exhale, elbows to the right. Keep the right shoulder blade fully off the floor. Pull belly in. Inhale back to the midline, let the head rest. Exhale there. We've got one more. Inhale, lift head and shoulders right up. Keep up on the tips of the shoulder blades as you exhale, elbows to the left knee. Try and touch your left elbow to your left knee. Pull the belly down. Inhale back. Hold the breath, pull the lower belly in as you exhale, elbows to the right knee. Keep the right shoulder blade lifted, reach the right elbow to the right knee, pull belly down. Inhale back to center, head down, exhale. Release your arms by your side for a moment. Inhale your mind's eye into the lower belly. Draw the navel back as you exhale. Feel for what's changed. And then from there, take your arms out to shoulder height. Bring your feet up so the knees are bent. Make sure the chin is tucked and the neck is long. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, take both knees halfway over to the left and hold. Make sure that the right shoulder blade stays on the floor. Inhale back to the midline. Exhale, both knees over to the right. Make sure the left shoulder blade stays anchored. Pull belly in. Inhale back to the midline. Exhale, both knees halfway to the left. So long as both shoulder blades stay on the floor, keep the belly drawing in. Inhale back. Exhale to the right. Toes spread, feet active. Chin stays tucked. Do one more each side. So feel for lower belly engaging, jaw not engaging. A little bit of stirring of energy in the lower belly. And the next time when you go to the left, go all the way over. Let both knees rest one on top of the other. Maybe the right arm comes up by the right ear or out to right side. And then feel for twisting your navel towards the right. So the knees to the left, navel to the right. Deep feeling breath into the lower belly. Draw the lower belly in as you breathe out. Inhale back to the midline. Exhale to the opposite side. Let both knees stack again. Left arm can be out to shoulder height or overhead. And then the gaze perhaps to the left fingers too, as the navel spins to the left. So again, we're just working on stoking the circulation of energy in the lower belly that then feeds all the other channels in the whole of the body. Take another full breath there, right down. See if you can touch to the pubic bone, the top of the pelvis. Exhale, squeeze the navel to the left. Inhale back through the midline. Draw the knees into the chest, take an inhale there. And then as you exhale, take both legs straight up. Arms out to the side again is probably a good option, but if you've got something else you want to do, that's fine. So here, make sure that the back of the neck is long, the chin is tucked, so that that whole area of the neck is as relaxed as it can be. And then flex the left toes down towards your kneecap, so it looks like you're trying to print your left foot on the ceiling. And then lower the right leg so it's about an inch above the floor. I want you to push firmly out through the lower right heel, inner ankle, inner thigh. Notice if the chin wants to lift, so keep tucking the chin under, back of the neck long. And then feel for reaching your tailbone down towards the bottom of the mat. So remember that neutral lower back, neutral pelvis, lower belly draws in. Squeezing the legs to the midline so that the inner thighs are engaged. And then if that's not enough, then breathe breathe into your belly. Keep your breath awareness really even and steady. And then bring both legs up on the inhale. Just pause there as you exhale. And then change sides to lower the left leg down. So pushing up through right heel. Little bit of squeeze in the left butt cheek. Make sure the left toes track straight up. And then chin tucked, back of the neck long. Activation through both leg lines, the inner leg line of the right and the left. Tailbone lengthens. Steady breath. And then inhale both legs up. Lift your butt and put your hands underneath your butt so the palms are downward facing. And remember the chin still tucked, the back of the neck is long. Take an inhale here with the legs vertical and then lower them about a third of the way to the floor. So if at any point, guys, this starts to really hurt your lower back, you can bend your knees or go back to the previous version where we had one leg up and one leg straight and work back with that. Otherwise, we're squeezing the inner calves, inner ankles into the midline. The chin stays tucked and the tailbone lengthens. All of our awareness is at the area just below the navel. And then we lower another third of the way. So we're like just above halfway between vertical and on the floor. Chin is tucked, neck is long. This should give you a little bit of interesting sensation. Squeezing the thighs, spreading the toes, lengthen the tailbone. And then lastly, we hover the feet 4 inches above the floor. Keep squeezing the sit bones, lengthen through the tailbone, keep the chin tucked. It's all about sensation in the lower abdomen. Keep reaching through the balls of the feet here. And then release. Pause there for a moment. Put your hands on your belly. Take a huge feeling breath into that place. Feel for what's alive, what's changed, what's moved, what's remained the same. Awesome. And then roll over to one side and come onto your hands and knees. Set up for turbo dog. So the hands, we want the middle finger tracking straight ahead. And they're about 6 inches ahead of the shoulder, so a little bit further than what we're used to. And then remember with this one, guys, we want to cultivate an energy that sustains us. So if knees down is better for you, do that. Otherwise, take a breath in through the mid-back. And as you breathe out, bend your elbows somewhere between straight and all the way bent. So it's like you're almost coming into a dolphin, but not quite. Let the back of the head go. Now, before we do the shoulder wrap, feel for pressing through the thumb mound, the middle finger, and the pinky finger. Imagine a tripod there, like of energy that meets at the center of the palm. That's like your little suction caps. And then from there, squeeze the elbows into the midline, like there's a block in between your elbows. You should feel the upper back and chest turn on. So if you've got a quiver on there, that's probably plenty. If you feel like it's a stronger day for you, you want to straighten your legs, you may, but don't sacrifice the integrity in your arms just to get your legs straight. So if you come up and the legs too intense, you put the knees back down. And stay where you are for 5 breaths, feeling the tripod in the hands, like an energetic suction. Softness through the neck. And this time the breath moves through the side rib cage. It's a steady, full feeling breath. When you breathe out, move the breath from your ribs through your legs and your arms with real clear intention. Take one more feeling breath there. Lower the knees as you exhale. And just press back to regular down dog. Should feel like the easiest thing you've ever done. Maybe a little walk out of the heels. You might keep one knee bent while the other leg stays straight. Pausing there and then changing, or just intuitively move your legs or keep them straight. If you need stillness, then stay still. And feel for equal effort through your arms and your legs here. Take an inhale, lift the hips and the heels high, spine long, neck relaxed. And then step up to the top of the mat as you exhale. Just fold forward, let the back of the head go. If you want to hold opposite elbows and a little sway of the torso side to side, you can. Or you might just want to keep your hands firmly planted on the floor or your shins. And then from there, just take an inhale halfway. Feel the chin tuck under and the spine lengthen. And then fold on your exhale, go deeper. Just do one more like that. So inhale halfway, keep the knees bent if you need, spine long. Fold, exhale. And press through the legs, come all the way up on the inhale. Reach the arms up, fingers spread. And hands to heart as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale, big breath. Get the hands spread nice and wide and then fold forward as you exhale, let the head go. Take a halfway lift, inhale, flat back, chin tucked. Step just back to down dog to start, downward facing dog. Bring the feet together, come forward into plank. Scoop the lower belly in, keep that area actively engaged. Knees down and lower, super slow as you exhale. Keep the elbows in and the chest open. Cobra, bring the hands forward a little. Come forward as you inhale, keep the chin tucked. And then lower on the exhale, but stay there. Pull the lower belly in, come back into Cobra on an inhale, maybe a little bit higher this time. And then lower on an exhale. Let's go one more. Navel to spine. Come up on the inhale, maybe even higher. Lower all the way on the exhale. Hands come back. Down dog. Step the left foot forward. Come up into warrior 2 legs. Bird wing with a little bit of space between the elbows and the ribs. So let's say like 3 or 4 inches there and the palms are upward facing. Feel the back of the neck lengthen, the crown of the head skyward. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, peel the arms away from the midline, so upper back working. So we go again, inhale arms to midline. Peel open, open, open as you exhale. Let's do 3 more. So inhale arms like they're moving through honey, super slow. And then peel away and feel the back of the armpits, just a little squeeze there as you exhale. 2 more. Now keeping your legs the same, relax the arms down. And then inhale both arms straight up. Hold your breath. Go back only as far as your held breath will allow. And then place the right hand to the right thigh and take the left arm over. So you're in reverse warrior. What I would like you guys to do today is bring your right hand to your lower belly. And feel for lifting up through left side ribs as you work your breath as close as you can to your hand. Feel the strength and support of the legs, particularly the back leg here. And then come all the way up on the inhale. Keep the legs exactly as they are. Bring the left hand to the inner left thigh and put the right hand on the floor. Head to ankle prep. So the right hand, if it doesn't reach the floor, put it on a block. And just check that your left fingertips track in the same direction as your left knee. So the idea here is you take an inhale and lift the chest a little bit. And then as you exhale, your whole body moves towards the back leg. At the same time, you press your left thigh forward. So the purpose is to create space in the left hip joint. And also to feel for space through left side ribs. Mostly so we can get the breath deeper. Let the back of the neck relax, the jaw, the eyes soft. And then release, walk the hands to the top of the mat, step back to plank. Come forward on an inhale, knees go down and lower all the way. Hands forward just for one cobra. Feel the heart move forward. Down dog on an exhale. Step the right foot forward, warrior two, bird wing. Come up on an inhale. This time, feel the inner arms glued to the ribs. This is where it's like you're imagining you've got tissue paper in between the arms and the rib cage. And then from there, inhale, feel the tailbone lengthen down. Keep the arms glued in as you peel the forearms open on an exhale. That's it. Again, inhale back to the midline. Little squeeze of the armpits. Peel open on an exhale. Keep reaching the crown of the head up. 3 more. Yeah. Check the front knee is tracking straight forward. So it's not moving into the midline there. That's it. And then keep the legs the same. Relax the arms. Inhale, arms both straight up. Hold the breath, go back only as far as your held breath allows, and then left hand to left hip, right arm over. Get a little bit of traction there through the back hip and the right ribs, and then put the left hand on the left lower belly, on the lower belly. Okay. Back leg is anchored. Front leg is committed. And then the breath is steady and easy through the whole right side ribs. Next breath in, we come all the way up. Head to ankle prep, the right hand on the inner right thigh, left hand back to the left foot. Have it on a block if it doesn't reach, no worries. And then inhale, lift the chest up, get length. Arc over to the left foot as you exhale, press in the right thigh bone forward, relax in the back of the neck. Separate the teeth. Soften the eyes. And then release. Step just into downward facing dog. If you want a spicier version, you've always got the option to take turbo dog. So you decide where your energy levels are. And then practice according to what sustains rather than depletes. Big breath, everyone, through the side rib cage. Navel contracts as you breathe out. And then step the left foot forward, put the back knee down, come up into a high lunge. Left hand is on the left thigh, inhale the right arm straight up, that's it. And then exhale, twist, you've got a little fist with the right hand. The left hand just pops on top there. So as you breathe in here, feel the back shin press down, back toes spread. Get a little bit of length through the spine. And then as you exhale, twist. So chest towards the fist. Neck relaxed. And that sense again, we just come back to the intent. We're interested in stoking the energies of the lower belly. So let the breath move in there on the inhale. And then the twist, rinse that area on the exhale. And you've got two options for the next pause. You can tuck the back toes under and stay exactly as you are, except lift the back leg. So you're being a twisting warrior rather than a twisting lunge. That's a bit too intense on the legs. Put the right hand on the floor and inhale the left arm up. So either way, you're getting a twist still, but you're working with the version that's most supportive for you. If you need to work with the hand on the floor and the back knee down, that's okay too. And again, we want to feel like the legs are strengthening, supporting. The neck can relax. And each exhale again just helps to anchor our awareness in the navel. Release, put the back leg down, come into lounge lunge. Take the right hand further forward of your shoulder. It's about 6 inches, if not more. And then the left arm hugs onto the left shin. That's it. So you want to feel like there's a real lounging action through the right side ribs here. And then for me, I like to rest my right ear on right shoulder. Some people like to let the head hang forward. It's really just more about a less intense pause following those two more dynamic ones. It gives you a chance to reconnect to the breath. And a chance to just see where your energy's at. You know, it changes a lot through the practice. Sometimes we start a practice full of energy and realize we're actually really tired, vice versa. So just being really honest with the quality of energy that you're cultivating and if it's serving or not. And then release. Press back to plank. Come forward on an inhale. Lower belly always engaged. Lower all the way on the exhale. And this time reach the hands around and put your fingertips on your sit bones, like the smiley bit of your butt. Keep the chin tucked under as you inhale, lift the thighs, the chest, and squeeze the elbows into the midline. Keep keeping the chin tucked under. If you can squeeze the legs together, awesome. If that hurts the back, keep them a little bit wider. And then deep breath, feel the length of the spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Balls of the feet reach back. Navel draws in, take an inhale. And then release. Downward facing dog on the exhale. You can have turbo dog if you want to. Always there as an option. Twisting lunge. Inhale, step the right foot forward. So remember, back knee under hip, front heel under knee. Inhale, the left arm straight up. Exhale, a little twist. Little fist with the left hand. Right hand goes on top. And try and get your elbows like stacked on top of each other. And the inner thighs squeeze to the midline. And take an inhale, lengthen the crown of the head forward. And then we twist from the navel on the exhale. Keep letting the neck go. So really it's the breath that does all of the internal massaging, all of the clearing of the stagnation in the body, all the anchoring of the mind. And then you have the option to tuck the back toes under and lift the back knee, or if that's too intense today, take an easy twisting lunge or warrior. So you've got your left hand on the floor and the right arm comes up. You're still twisting, it's just not as strong. And then if you want to work less strong there still, you put the back knee down. Some days we've got a heap of energy to expend. Other days we've got to be a little bit more conservative. And that's the practice of yoga, is knowing when, the discernment. Let the neck go. Like really hang the head loose. And then release for lounge lunge. The left hand comes quite a bit forward. I actually even scoot the back leg back a little bit there. And you want to hug the right knee into your chest, so much so that it's like, feels like a twist, like you're twisting your chest towards your knee. And you take a big feeling breath all the way through the left side of the body. Let the head hang loose. And then release. Press to down dog only. Down dog, or if you really want to do turbo, you may. Let's give a little walk out of the heels. See if you can pump a bit of blood through the pelvis. If you need a child's pose, you take that anytime you need. Just have your blocks, guys, near the left side of the mat, just in case. And on the next inhale, step the left foot forward. Back up into a warrior two position. We might just floor this a little bit. So you're going to bring the left arm inside the left leg and then straighten it. So again, bend the left knee, left arm inside and then straighten. Let's go left arm inside. And then you're either letting the forearm rest on the front thigh here for a like half bind, right arm behind, or you come into the full warrior two interlock. So the left arm comes inside the left knee and the right arm comes behind. Bind at the knee joint. And then the chest is open towards the ceiling here. So you want to work to really lower the left butt down. The navel's twisting up towards the ceiling again. And the breath and the eyes are steady. Feel for squeezing the sit bones together. Let more tension out through the right side of the neck. And whether you're in half or full bind, roll the right shoulder head back. Release. You've either got your hand on a block here. You can have it inside or outside the left leg. If it comfortably reaches the floor, you can have the hand inside or outside on the floor, and then taking the right arm overhead here to an extended warrior. If the shoulder's tweaky and that's no good, you can have the arm by the side there. If you've got another version you want to do, you can take the arm straight up if that's a little better as well. But again, it's about getting as much length through both side ribs. Awareness is at the lower belly, below the navel. And if you've got your arm reaching forward, see if you can roll your pinky down towards the floor to get a little bit of wrap through the shoulder blade there. Come all the way back up on an inhale, step the back foot in, reset your feet, pyramid. So hands on the pelvis, back toes out a little. Inhale, lift the chest. And then fold forward over the front leg. So you can use your block here. If it's a little bit intense on the hammies, I'd suggest a block. If you want to take this further, bring the right hand to the sacrum and clasp it with your left, or actually clasp the left wrist with the right hand. So the hands are at the sacrum at the lower back, and then the forward fold happening over the front thigh. That will give you a lot more intensity in the hammies. And it doesn't matter what version you're doing the version that gives you the most energy. And if you're not sure which that is, notice the way you're breathing. If you're frantically trying to breathe, probably gone too deep. Breath is slow, steady, regulated. All right, from there, plant both hands on the floor, step back to plank. Come forward on an inhale, lower all the way down. And then bring the hands to the lower back, hands clasped. Chin is tucked, neck is long, and then inhale, just lift the chest. See how that feels. If that's plenty, stay. You can go a little bit deeper, lift the arms so that the hands are off the sacrum and the elbows are bent. That feels plenty, stay. You want to do the full version, the legs lift. So chest lifts, arms lift, legs lift. We're looking for length in the spine rather than lift. Crown of the head forward, tailbone lengthens, navel draws in. One more inhale. Keep the shoulder blades squeezed into the back of the heart. And release. Down dog or turbo dog on your exhale. Right foot forward. Up to warrior two. So same thing again. We'll just do a little bit of movement. We go in, hands to the floor, straighten the front leg as we breathe out. So again, we go in, straighten the front leg as you breathe out. So this time we go in, you've either got forearm on the front thigh or you're coming into the full bind. Should have said, don't forget to have your block. So whether you're binding or not is totally irrelevant. It's just more that you are able to open the chest up towards the ceiling. The navel is twisting towards the left. We're still interested in that lower belly area. And then you can let the neck go. The legs are working to support. Always anchored in the back heel. Back leg working. Even weight through both feet. And then slowly release and come into the next part. So remember, you've got your right hand either inside or outside your foot. You can have a block or no block. Left arm ideally comes right over, but if that's tweaky on the shoulder, you can take the arm straight up or just have it behind the back. If you've got the arm reaching forward, pinky rotates down, navel rotates up, neck relaxed. Try and get a little bit light through the bottom hand. Steady breath in. A complete breath out. So just notice if you're kind of half exhaling and then rushing an inhale. You can get to the bottom of the breath out. And then, my friends, come all the way up. Reset your feet for pyramid. Hold the hell on earth. Hands on the pelvis. Inhale, lift the chest. And then we extend forward. So ground all that energy down. Now again, you can have hands on the floor. You guys know what to do. You choose. If you want, you can have your right hand on your sacrum. Left hand clasps the right. And the back of the neck is relaxed. If you can close the eyes, then do that, especially at this point in the practice where we want to start to draw the awareness further inward. And then feel for the tripod on your feet. So the big toe mound of both feet, the pinky toe mound and the heel. That imaginary triangle. Next breath in, press all the way up and step just to downward facing dog. Down dog only. Okay, so still keep your blocks nearby. You'll need them for the next little bit. Possibly. Take a full breath through the back of the body. Exhale to empty out through the mouth. And step the left foot forward and come up so your feet are parallel. We're setting up for flank stretch. You got a little bit of a pigeon toe in the feet. Feet are only about 3 feet apart. Hands on the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Hinge straight forward on the exhale. Just bring the hands to the floor to start with, or a block. And take a halfway lift, inhale. Chin tucked, back of the neck long. And fall forward on the exhale. And then from there, we'll take the right hand to the left ankle, shin or calf. The left hand can be on top of the right wrist or on the outside of the left foot. And then we'll do an inhale to lift and lengthen, and then hang forward and see if you can. It's like you want to arch your right ribs over to the right leg, but you're still in a forward fold. So feel for lifting the inner arches of both feet. And if you've got the left hand on the floor, maybe you can press into that hand to try and open the right rib cage a little bit more. Yeah, from there, walk your hands towards the left foot. Reset your feet like we did in pyramid. You can we'll come up to standing here. So have your block nearby. We'll take the left hand to the sacrum and the right arm up by the ear. Take an inhale to lift. We extend and fold forward on the exhale. So the right hand can either go inside or outside the left foot. You can have a block there if that helps. And then keeping the left hand on the sacrum for a moment. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Twist from the navel as you exhale, left arm goes straight up. So thighs squeeze into the midline. The back of the neck is relaxed. And again, we want to anchor the twist from the navel center. From there, release the vertical splits. If you're using a block, take it about a foot forward of your left foot. And then start to lift the right leg up, but use your right butt cheek. And the minute you need to bend your knee to get it higher, you've gone too far. So keep the back leg, which is your right leg, poker straight, and lift only while the leg is straight, no further. Whether your hands are on a block or the floor, turbo dog your arms, so bend your elbows and squeezing into the midline to activate the chest, armpits, upper back. Maybe a little bend in the left knee. And then slowly lower the right leg back, step the left leg to meet it, and you're in downward facing dog. Or turbo, if that's where you're at. We're nearly there, my friends. Step the right foot forward, fourth flank. So we're setting up again. Hands on the hips, inhale, lift the chest. Hinge forward on the exhale. So we'll start with the hands on the floor there. Get an inhale to draw the spine forward. And exhale to fold. And then the left hand to the right ankle, calf, shin. Right hand wherever it can go. If you can get it outside the right foot, awesome. If not, just put it on your other hand. Same thing, inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then hang left ribs to left leg. Maybe pressing into the right hand a little. Feel the inner arches of both feet lift. And then all the way up on an inhale, reset the feet. Back foot comes in. Right hand to sacrum, left arm up. Take an inhale. Go forward on the exhale. Block if you need it or not. Up to you. Take a halfway inhale, lengthen. You can keep the hand on the sacrum the whole time if that's better. Otherwise, take the right arm up. So we're more interested in the spine than the arms anyway. So whatever you do with your arms is just whatever. Keep feeling again that twist in the navel as you breathe out. Thighs into the midline. So again, we go back to the awareness of drawing earth energy up through the earth into the leg bones, into the lower belly. And then vertical splits. Hands to the block, floor, whatever. If you want to put them on your front shin, you can do that. But what's more important is the back leg is straight. You're lifting through the left butt cheek. You might have a little bend in the right knee, but the elbows hugging, the chest and the armpits are working. The neck is not. Slowly lower the left leg to meet the right and fold forward. Come all the way up on the inhale, reach the arms straight up. Hands to heart on an exhale. So standing tortoise, we're just going to do stage one. So the feet are probably like hip width at least, maybe a little bit wider. And then we fold forward with the knees bent and we reach the hands to grab the heels. So they kind of go through the legs there, or the shins or the calves or whatever you can get. Take an inhale, just see if you can lengthen the spine like a little cobra. And then fold forward like you're aiming to get your upper body through your legs. Like you won't, well, I mean, if you do, great. But it's more about feeling that the legs are actively pressing, the sit bones are reaching up. And then if you press your arms and legs together, you get a little bit of opening through the back of the heart there, the upper back, the thoracic spine. Let the neck go. And just take a couple of breaths there. Feeling the legs press, sit bones spread. And then come all the way up on the inhale. Sit down on the exhale. All right, let's have the left leg in front of the right for neck release. So the left hand goes underneath the left butt cheek, like you're sat on top of the hand. So the palm is downward facing. And the right hand can just rest on the right knee there. And then inhale, lift the chest up. So this is a major part of keeping the chest lifted. Exhale, just lean over to the right about an inch. So your whole body leans to the right, which will pull a little bit on the left arm, which is kind of what we want. And then let the right ear rest down towards the right shoulder. So hopefully you guys will feel a release through the left side of the neck. Try and feel where the back of the head anchors over the sacrum. We're not pulling, there's no effort in, we're just letting this like a warm, fuzzy release through the left side of the neck. And then turn the tip of your nose towards the right shoulder. Try and keep the chest lifted still. Tucking the chin in towards the chest, and it will just change the location of the release. Probably more towards the back of the neck. And then lastly, just put both hands on your knees. Keep the chest lifted again. Let the head hang through the midline. So collarbones are still spread, but the back of the neck is relaxed. You can run your breath through all the little grippy muscles of your upper spine. And then the left hand on the forehead. Let the head be really heavy in the hand. Just ease the head up. Change the quad to your legs. And the right hand comes under the right butt cheek. So the palm is downward facing. We sit up nice and tall. That's key. And then it's just a slight lean to the left, nothing massive. And just let the left ear rest down towards the left shoulder. So that whole right side of the neck, but also we get through like the inner ear. It helps us learn to listen a little more effectively. That whole area from the brain and the body is connected by the neck, right? So it's like the main communication channel. And then again, we tilt the tip of the nose towards the left shoulder this time. The chin might draw in a little bit. Feel the release at the back of the neck. And then we let the crown of the head, the forehead actually, through the midline. Both hands on the knees. You want to feel the upper back and the back of the neck mostly relaxed. Chest is lifted, collarbones spread. And then place the palm of the right hand on your forehead. So you can let the head get really heavy. And then use the hand to ease the head up. And lay down for Shavasana. So if there is anything else you need to take, you might want to do a simple twist, or maybe just even holding the knees in just for a moment, or you might just be able to move straight into Shavasana, you choose. I'll give you a couple of breaths before we kind of arrive in that final resting place. And then when you reach final rest, set up with intention. Tuck the chin, the back of the neck is long. Walk shoulders away from the ears. Tilt the pelvis, lower back lengthens. And let the feet roll out naturally. And see if you can sense how every channel of energy in the body is being activated and opened, purified for the chi or prana to move through. Invite your breath in. Bring your awareness to feeling. And take your time to transition to one side slow. There's no rush at all, but we will meet in seated. When you get there, let the hands rest easy at the heart. Feeling the change that's happened for you physically, energetically, mentally, spiritually. Just that sense of being connected in feeling. And as always, gratitude to the teachings, gratitude that our bodies can do this. And gratitude for time to take out for ourselves. It hopefully then benefits the people in our lives. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And balancing namaste. Gracias. Merci.